Hi friends, Mr. Kevin here with the Children's Museum of the Lowcountry in Charleston, South Carolina. And I wanted to read you this story about the moon called Moon's First Friends. One Giant Leap for Friendship by Susanna Leonard Hill and Elisa Paganelli. Now if you enjoy this story about the moon, then you should check out our Brown Bag STEM Challenge to make a space lander. Ooh, look at all those stars. You can tell this book is going to be about space. The moon was queen of the night sky. She was so bright that everything she touched glowed with silver light. But after many, many years had passed, she was feeling lonely. If only someone would visit me, she said. Look, she is looking down at the earth, and she's feeling sad. She spun and twirled from dark new moon to bright full moon, and back again, showing off for the people below. But no one came to visit. She watched as down on earth, people came up with all kinds of ways to get from one place to another, but they did not sail, or drive, beep beep, or cycle, or float up to the moon. Then one windy day in North Carolina, the first airplane flew above a beach. You're doing great, encouraged the moon. You just need to fly higher. But the people on Earth only traveled to visit each other. Was it possible they didn't even know the moon was there? Just when the moon was losing hope, the people on Earth began to experiment with rockets. And the moon watched with great interest. But the humans still had a lot to learn. He's drawing a plan, his blueprint for his rocket. One day, the moon's hopes soared. A chimpanzee in a mercury capsule rocketed towards her. A visitor at last! She's so excited. But alas, he returned to the earth without reaching her. So close, she almost had a friend. Then, one hot July day, a tremendous rocket stood upon a launch pad with two small spaceships perched on top. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! At 30 stories high and weighing 6 million pounds, the rocket rose into the air amid an explosion of flames. Slowly at first, and then faster and faster. The rocket fell away in stages. But the two ships hurtled toward the moon. They're coming, the moon said. They're really coming. The spaceship was too heavy, so it dropped off all the pieces it didn't need. One of the spaceships remained at a distance, circling the moon. But the other came closer and closer, until at last its spindly legs touched down, boop, "Welcome," she greeted the man who emerged. "It's an astronaut." The astronauts walked across her surface with great bounding steps that made her dust bloom. They seemed delighted with how far they could travel with each stride. The moon gave them gifts of moon rocks and dust. "Take these back to Earth," she said. "Then, even though I can't visit you, a part of me will be there." The men left her a present in return, a handsome plaque that read, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969. We came in peace for all mankind." They also left her a beautiful flag with red and white stripes and a scattering of white stars on a blue background. The American flag. Too soon the astronauts had to leave. "Goodbye," the moon said, as their ship floated away into the starry distance. "Come back any time." She sighed with happiness. At last someone had visited. It's time for them to go home, back to Earth, where we live. And now she had hoped that it would happen again. And again! Maybe one day you can grow up to be an astronaut and visit the moon. Wow. Maybe tonight you can look up in the sky and see how the moon looks today. And you can wave to the moon and say, "Hello, moon." And you can look for our video, the Brown Bag STEM Challenge to build your own space lander. Let's see if you can defeat the challenge. Thanks for listening.